Good afternoon, everyone. It's a very brilliant day, and everyone is looking forward to how it will be, how it's going to end. Today is one of those days that we enjoy, and we get to see what really children, how children are really advancing as in line with understanding technology and also building solutions which can help the public to really, especially during these times when most of we Africans we missed out on the first industrial revolution, the second and third, but in this fourth one, which is driven by ICT, many stakeholders are coming in to support children, such that we do not actually miss out in the fifth industrial revolution. So we thank everyone, every parent who has supported their child, every teacher, every volunteer, every child who is really putting in their time. Most of you, your friends spend their time playing and doing nothing, but then you spend your free time learning new skills. So this is the way to go. And basically today we have a finals. So everyone who is presenting here is a finalist, meaning they have gone through many stages and they have beaten many interesting projects to come to this final, where we shall be choosing who was the outstanding innovator of the month of July. And we always have these competitions every month. Every month we choose who was the best innovator for that month. So it's such a privilege and an honor to really meet all of you today. And we are not going to, we have a very short time. We have to be done by 5:30. So I'm going to really be so fast since we are all, most of us are already here. The first thing on the agenda is arrival of the participants. And then I'm going to request any volunteer to lead us in the opening prayer. So anyone you want to lead us in the opening prayer, please raise up your hand and just unmute yourself. Then you can go ahead and have it and lead us in the prayer. Who wants to? The other time, someone, I don't know whether the person who led us in the semifinals is also here. Maybe they can lead us in the prayer. I would request if a child, I would like one of the participants to lead us to pray that God enables them to win. So you can lead this prayer for us today. Okay, if no one's going to lead the prayer, then I'm going to do that.
Yeah, so, pray.
All right, then, thank you. You can go ahead and pray.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Almighty God, I thank you very much for this day, Almighty God, that you are assembling here to do the Zoom presentations to see the best innovator of the month. Almighty God, I pray those people who have prepared their projects, they go well. I pray nothing goes wrong. Almighty God, please help everyone who's going to be here. Just name, I pray and believe. Amen.
Okay, thank you very much for the wonderful prayer. Now let's get started. So the next item on the agenda is actually communicating this very agenda. So I'll just go through the agenda such that we all know what we are. I'll just request everyone to mute themselves as they join in, so that we can always not interrupt others. So we are going to have, we have already had an opening prayer. We have communicated the agenda, and then we are now going to give you a brief about the Creative Child Initiative. Then we shall highlight about the upcoming machine learning and artificial intelligence workshop for children, introductions from judges, introducing the judging criteria. And then the first presenter is going to be Namala Alexandra, who is going to be presenting at 4:20 p.m. Then we are going to have Cherotich Natasha come next. Then we are going to have Sekayobia Barnabas. Then we shall have a break of 2 minutes. And then we shall get to our next innovator, who is going to be Michael Tendo Benjamin S. Mukisa. We shall have Rian Mulindwa presenting next. Then we shall have Mwonge Farid. Then we shall also have Tendo Michael Chintu presenting next. We shall have Sentongo Eastin presenting next. Then the last presenter of the day is going to be Ochatum Deogracious Samuel. And then we shall vote. Voting is going to happen immediately after the last presenter. And we shall announce the voting results immediately. So the voting contributes 10%. It contributed 10% in the semifinals, but then here it will contribute to 15% of the final judgment. The judges are going to contribute 85% of the overall score. And the results will be by the end of tomorrow. We shall be knowing who is the best, or if the judges are so fast in making their assessments, then we shall announce the results by the end of today. And they will be available on our websites, on the social media, and also the emails will be sent out to announce these people, and also what they will actually get, what our winners are going to get as their prizes. So this competition, actually the organization, to just talk about Mercury Innovation Society, it's a youth-led organization which is trying to empower children and youth who are aged between 6 years and 35 to really shape themselves and prepare for the world, which is, we always say future, but now it's no longer a future. It's now the present. And you've seen that most of us are struggling in our states here in Africa because we didn't prepare enough, but we don't want to struggle tomorrow. And that's why we have to do this. We have a lot of people volunteering to do this and to empower the children, because if you empower one child, you empower the whole village. And we really support the idea of helping children to really understand STEM subjects in a playful way. Most of the children out there, especially the girls, always drop out of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects because of the complex way. The techniques the teachers use in the classrooms are somehow complex, and they discourage these children, and these children end up not taking science subjects. They end up dropping out of school. But then we have a new way which we are introducing. We have come up with a lot of toolkits which we are training teachers how to use them in the classrooms and also distribute to the parents. We have magazines, we have robotics kits. We are training, we are empowering. We are not only in technology, we are also in art. We are also going to ensure that we transform all the other subjects from time to time in a playful way, because we know children love to play. And if we really empower them with the skills, or if we introduce to them these subjects in a playful way, then they would better understand them. So that's what we are really trying to do. And we've been doing this since 2018, and we shall keep on doing this as we grow throughout Africa. This Creative Child program is in cohorts, and it was launched this year. It's going to children. The Scratch program is free, so every child who wants to learn how to code in a playful way is free to join. And the third cohort is actually starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. and the fourth cohort will also be coming after. I think it will be announced next week. So these are trainings which happen for only 1 week, and then the children can present. And at the end of the month, we always have to select from the cohorts which have been trained in that month to compete to find the best innovator of that month. And we first go through the group stages, the semifinals, and then to the finals. And that's what is happening here today. We also have another program which is starting tomorrow that's going to be introducing children to artificial intelligence and machine learning. And that's we have to embrace technology the way it comes. Machine learning is here, and we know robotics. The world is going to be controlled by robotics, and every child deserves. We have to empower children with these skills, and that's what we are going to be doing starting on Monday, not tomorrow. Actually, it's the robotics training starts on Monday, and so that's it. We shall share more information. Is available on our social media handles, on our website, and also through emails for the children who want to to join that program. For that program, it's only 50,000 for the whole week, but the rest of the programs are free. Now, I'm going to allow my, I don't know whether they are already here, but the judges, introductions from the judges. So I'll begin with the ladies. I think we have Joanne already here. So Joanne, you can just introduce yourself and tell us what you do. And then, yeah, just make your introduction so snappy, 30 seconds or 1 minute should be enough, such that we get to what we really have to do here today. So before Joanne comes in, we are recording this meeting because, and we request for your consent because we want to share it for other people who miss and other people who want to follow. We always request our classes, our Zoom classes. You can also follow the classes via the recorded meetings which are available on YouTube. So let's have the next party, the judges, to introduce themselves. We can have Vivian first. I think I see as if Joanne is not, has dropped. So Vivian, you can introduce yourself. Sorry, let me allow, I didn't allow some people to unmute themselves. Okay, so you can just unmute yourself, then you go ahead and speak.
Well, good afternoon to you all. I'm actually kind of in a noisy place, but Vivian, and I'm part of today's judges. Yeah, I'm part of Mercury Innovation Society and primary project at stake. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Vivian. And other judges will also be, I think some of them are late, but they will be joining in. And others who want to make it here, they will judge through the recorded meeting. So we shall give the judges the chance as, I don't know whether Steve, Arjuna, you're here. I don't know whether Joanne is here. I also expect to have Drake. If you're here, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself. Okay, I also see, okay, let's see if they are not here, then we can proceed to the next item. And then they will maybe introduce at last. So we are now moving on to, since I've got a message from Alexandra. Alexandra has internet connection issues. So maybe we shall move on to the next person who is going, I think Cherotich Natasha, if you're here, you can prepare to present next, to present first, then Alexandra will present last as requested. So without wasting more time, I think I'm just going to stop sharing my screen and then I give a chance to Cherotich Natasha. Before we go ahead, maybe I just wanted to talk about the judging criteria. And we already shared the criteria with the innovators. So I think let me just get let me get that detail here so I can share it with all of you. So today we are going to be looking at let's see what we are going to be considering. So we shall be looking at the importance of your innovation or idea to children, and that will take 25% of your marks. And then the Scratch presentation demo is working fine. So you have, after showing us your PowerPoint, you have to show us that the project actually works. Then we have the confidence while you're presenting will score 15. Then the PowerPoint presentation skills will score 10%. And then if you are, how innovative is your idea? Is it a new, have you used some good new concepts in your project? That will score 15%. And so the judges will contribute 85%, voters will contribute 15%. So you have exactly 4 minutes, 3 minutes of PowerPoint presentation, 3 minutes of demonstrating your project, and then the remaining time will be, the remaining 2 minutes will be answering questions from the judges. So that's a total of 8 minutes that you have before we move to the next presenter. So without wasting much time, let me stop my screen, and then I allow you to share, or maybe to share your screen, and you start over. Cherotich Natasha, you are presenting first.
Good afternoon. My name is Cherotich Natasha. I'm 9 years old. Sorry, I forgot to put on video. So good afternoon. My name is Cherotich Natasha. I'm 9 years old in Kaboja Junior School and in P4. The game I made was called the Space Fight, and this is a link to my game. How it works. This game has 2 levels. It has tacos, a rocket ship, rocks, and fireballs. The rocket ship is supposed to avoid the rocks in level 1 and the fireballs in level 2. While targeting for the tacos, whenever it hits the tacos, the score increases by 1. When you stay longer on the taco, you get more points, and if it hits the rocks, the game ends. When the player reaches 100 points, they proceed to the next level, which has the fireballs. I designed a story showing how my game works. How my project helps children. My project entertains children during this Corona holiday. The story enables children to learn about Scratch and know how to code my game. Challenges faced. The sprites were not working. I did not have enough time to make my game, and my computer kept on freezing. So now I'm going to show you my game. Before I play my game, before I play my story, this is the code I used for it. I took screenshots and then I uploaded them into Scratch. Then these are the screenshots. And I also recorded my voice. So this is my code for the story. I used broadcast, and for example, when it receives message 4, Avery should go to the next costume, switch backdrop to slide 5, play sound recording 5 until done, and it should broadcast message 5 until done. Now I'm going to play my story. Hello, my name is Cherotich Natasha. I'm 9 years old, P4 and Kaboja Junior School. So I made a game called the Space Fight. It has 9 sprites, 2 backdrops, and sounds. In this game, I made 2 variables, score and pause. So this backdrop is for level 1, and this one is for level 2. So the first part I coded was the rocket chip. The controls I used for it was when left arrow key is pressed to change X by negative 10, meaning it should go left. When right arrow key is pressed, it should change X by 10, meaning it should go right. When green flag is green, it should show, go to that position, and it should set the score to 0. If the rocket chip is touching the tackle, it should change score by 1. Then if it's touching the rocks, it should say game over 40 seconds. Stop all. And then John go to that position. If pause is equal to false, it should forever create clone of itself and wait 1 second. When it starts as a clone, it should pick a random position. Then it should, if pause is equal to false, it should forever point in direction 180, move 5 steps. And if it's touching the chip, it should change score by 1. Replace sound up and go down. When green flag clicked, it should switch back to level 1. Wait until score is better than 100. Broadcast level 1, complete and wait. Then wait until score is better than 200. Then broadcast level 2. So the code of the routes is the same as that of the tackle, except if it's touching the rocket chip, it should say game over 40 seconds. And broadcast game over. Then it should stop all. When it receives game over, it should hide and also tackle and rocket chip. In level 2, I used fireballs instead of rocks, and the code for it is the same part of the rocks, except this one moves faster. This one moves 5 steps, while the rocks move 3 steps. And when it will flag clicked, it should hide. Then when it receives the one,
Chaka, I'm not a princess. Biganye ukoresha. Bibiri.
so right, to show what level you are.
Sente zikuzeshi? Sente meka. Twogera tukatwogenda kunekoleza kunekungano ziku. Meka. Sisi wajiri. Simu zoshiriwe chamusi. Ewa. Yangu apa mfankoye.
I'm going to show
Kanzije.
when it receives level 2 complete, it should show, go to that position and it should forever create clone of itself, then wait 1 second. When it starts as a clone, it should pick a random position, should forever point in direction 0, move 5 steps. Then when it receives level 2 complete, it should forever go to the next costume. The next costume is a different color. Then when it then the code for the sound is when it receives level 2 complete, it should forever press that button until done. And I also made a button for pausing my game. If you want to pause it, you can press the space key. And then if you want to resume, press the space key again. So the sounds in this game are pop and clapping. So now I'm going to play my game. Can I see them? I said in my story, I can pause my game like that. I'm going to play again. This is the clapping sound. So I've finished presenting my game. Can ask questions now.
Wow, thank you very much, Natasha. And that's a really good game. I just like the bit that someone can actually be in control of their game, and they can always pause the game when they have maybe another some obstruction somewhere, or they have to maybe pick up a call. They have their game paused, and then they can always resume. That's so unique about your game. Actually, I haven't seen this before, and I also like the way you have used your presentation skills. You actually you screen record, you recorded the way you recorded your game to save time. Actually, it kind of saved your time explaining the project. And so I don't have any judgment to make, and those are just my comments. What I would maybe say about your game is that you spoke too much. I don't know, the sound was the recordings were so long, and someone would actually get bored on the way while listening to that. And the other thing maybe you can do, the sprites, while you are those rocks of fire, they're falling down, they still remain down. We don't want to see them down there. And also, while you're creating, you can always delete the clone once it reaches down. And also the person, or maybe the sprite which is creating the clone, has to be hidden. I don't have to see that the clones are coming from here. So otherwise, the rest of the presentation is really cool, and I liked the ideas. I like the game. So I'm just going to give a chance to one of the judges to maybe give a comment or ask any question. So if you're here and judge, you can always take answer the questions from the judges. So please, any judge, can you please interact with Natasha? Sorry, I'm going to enable you to unmute yourself. Sorry, I just had to mute everyone because of the instance that happened. So you can unmute yourself and just go ahead and ask.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Joan, we can't hear you. I don't know whether it's your internet or you're muted. We can't actually hear you.
No, I just didn't have earphones in. Good evening. Okay, I just want to pass a question to Natasha. Natasha, how are you? I liked your presentation and your work was good. Now, I want to ask you, when do the scores increase? Because they are increasing so fast. So I don't know when you score. I want to know, when do the scores increase?
So if you stay on the attack, or on the attack for too long, your score increases fast, like how I explained in my slides.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, do we have any other comment from any of the other judges? Or maybe you can give one more chance or to one judge. Then the next person to present, because of time, I'm just going to be going so fast. Sekayobia Barnabas. Sekayobia Barnabas, you're going to be coming next. So you prepare your presentation. And let me see if I don't know whether we have any more questions or any comment, but if not, then Barnabas, you can just go ahead and share your screen. And
okay, good afternoon to everybody. This is my presentation.
Just hold on, let me first mute everyone, such that we don't actually.
Fine.
Okay, Barnabas, just unmute yourself and go ahead.
Okay, this is my presentation. As I was there, I thought of of the hard time in COVID. Then this time I never made a game. It's just like a conversation between friends, and they were talking about a COVID situation. So my name is Sikembe Barnabas, and I'm from Nambiango College. I'm senior one, and I'm 14 years. So the title of the project name is called COVID Conversation. The area is health and education, and it's all about friends conversing about COVID-19. One of them never knew anything about it, and so the two decided to teach her. And it helps people, it helps people to know ways of how preventing COVID-19, because from the conversation you pick something. And I was there, I thought of making a conversation because in our primary school, I get dialogues to make conversation between people, and that's what I got. COVID-19, it's like if you know this story, like everybody knows COVID-19. And if somebody like asks in the exam, if they ask any virus disease, the first disease I think should be COVID. So those are my reasons for choosing it. And in the exam, of course, when they ask for diseases caused by virus, you have to give it there. And the challenges I faced, I got the notification that we were having finals today, and that was one day for me. So I never got enough time to come up with a better project than this one. Yeah, I used many sprites in this one, and using many sprites, it's so difficult to control them. But I overcame all that, and I was able to come up with this. So this is my code. I made some people to talk. You can see there in the background, I went and I uploaded some from the internet where people were wearing face masks. Some were social distancing. Some tank was where they were washing, where I put a post of washing hands. So I recorded my voice, as you can see here. I recorded my voice. Some others I used some from scratch. So enlarge. So this is not a game, but it's like a conversation between people. So let's first hear what they are saying.
Yes, we did. But teacher has never taught us about that disease. Everything in that exam was about COVID-19. And what is COVID-19?
You don't know COVID-19. COVID-19 is the disease that has taken over the world.
And to add on what Dee has said, it is the one which has been causing most people's deaths and constant lockdowns. I want to know more about COVID-19. You know I have been in the village since day one.
But being in the village doesn't mean that you're not.
Yes. People and leaders in our village don't like sensitizing people on anything. That is why I don't know.
Oh.
Do you need to know more about COVID-19? Yes, I would love to hear more.
You see all those boxes between the shoulder to help us prevent COVID-19. Did you know that?
The first one is to always wear a face mask.
The second one is to maintain social distance.
Okay, continue. The third one is to always wash hands. That is why the school put that bank.
The one the school forgot to put up is to not touch your nose, eyes, and mouth.
Okay, thank you, friends. It is not a big deal. Next time when I go back to the village, I need to sensitize people.
You better do, because it's killing a lot of people.
It means these everyday disease can be asked in our exams. I better stay out. Friends, let us protect ourselves from this dangerous disease.
So that was what I came up with. Thank you.
Wow, I'm so amazed, and that was so innovative of you, and based on the fact that you just got information that you'll be presenting, you had one day to come up with such an innovation. And what I really like about your innovation is the conversation is really, children have to learn, have to hear this conversation, And actually, if I was having a TV company, then I would really be playing your innovation, because it's so much helpful out to the children and even to us, the adults. So my comments, really, I would say your graphics, I would say maybe the sprites, they are not so much engaging. Like you used, I know you had very little time to prepare this, but in the near future, when you get time to improve your project, make them have a little bit of more costumes, such that if it's an animation and it's talking, let the whole body be actually show that it's really moving. And but you can do that by making more costumes. Then the talking, you should have at least a time lag. They should not just talk. Maybe you should have a time lag after one conversation to the other, such that the person who is listening can also be able to follow through the conversation very easily. So that's it for me. And maybe I can give you a chance to respond to that before we go to the judges. Sorry, I just missed to give Natasha a chance. I realized that I have to be giving you chances to also respond. So if you don't have anything to say, then I give a chance to any judge to also give their comments. Oh, sorry, let me allow you to unmute. I always forget to allow the judges to unmute. So you can just go ahead and unmute yourself. Now you can. And then you go ahead with your, Joanne, I can see you're speaking, but you're still muted. Please unmute yourself.
Is Joanne speaking?
Okay, then go ahead, Vivian.
Well, I was also impressed by his work, though I think that the sprites are very many, and then he couldn't kind of control them. And then the listening time, like you said, he's not giving a time lag for one to listen and then the other to reply. But otherwise, given the time he had, did something not bad for me.
Okay, thank you very much, Vivian. Do we have any other judge to give their comments? So do we have, or even Barnabas, you can also respond to the comments. This is your time. Okay, so if in the audience, we are also giving the chance to the audience. If you have questions or feedback for the presenter, please just type it in the chat. It's really helpful that they also know what you have realized. If you want them to improve on something, or what you have questions about their project, just send them in the chat. While the next presenter is moving on, the innovator can always be responding to your questions or to your comments. So we can also allow the audience to ask their questions or give feedback. So do we have any other comment, or we move on to the next participant? The next participant is going to be, we shall not have a break as we had arranged, but because of time, we shall have Michael Tendo, Benjamin S. Mukisa will be preparing to come next. So do we have any other comment from the judges? Okay, then Barnabas, do you have anything you want to say before we move on to the next participant?
Yeah, about improving the sprites, I'll do that because the time, but I'll upload it after making the sprites to have some movements and all the other things. Thank you.
You're much welcome, and thank you for being so innovative. I hope you can share. Please kindly share the link to your innovation, if you feel like, in the chat, such that people can start using your application, and it starts creating impact in the community. Let's move on to Michael Tendo, Benjamin Esimukisa. Yeah. Just share.
Good afternoon, dear judges, fellow colleagues, and teacher Solomon Bure.
Sorry, Michael. I had to first mute everyone, so you can unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, my fellow colleagues, Monbura, and everybody on this live presentation. I would like to share my project called Bounce. I changed the name from Sacha Katunda to Bounce because Sacha Katunda sounded a little bit old. So I changed it to Bounce because it's young and attractive. So the name of my project is called Bounce. My name is Tendo Michael Benjamin S. Mukisa. I'm 12 years old and I'm currently homeschooling and I'm in grade 6. Bounce is both entertainment and education. My game gives people a solution on how to overcome addictions as they're entertained by the sprites. So sprites, as I made this game specifically for people who are struggling in addictions. How to play the game. Press the green flag on your device, press the right key to go right and the left key to go left. Press the space key to blast the drugs and the alcohol. Catch the Bible and your score will increase by 2. If the drug touches you, your score will change by -1. Now, why must children play this game? There are children out there who are buried in all kinds of addictions and seem to find no way to get out of it. In the Dark City Like My Game setting, I'll share the wonderful testimony of Pastor Joyce Meyer, one of the leading evangelists in the world, as hope shared for any children suffering with addiction. So Joyce Meyer was suffering with addiction of cigarettes. So also they too can be inspired to turn to God for deliverance instead of living lives to waste away. Who wouldn't want to be famous and powerful as Joyce Meyer? If God helped, he can help any other child too. That's the hope I am selling in this game called Bounce. The challenges I faced had getting the correct picture of drugs and getting the winning idea on scratch, sound balancing, and I also had to start today. So I'm sharing my game called Bounce. So to play the game, I put in a lot of things that some children and also sometimes grown-ups are addicted to. I put in alcohol and drugs and also the Bible. So in the basic idea in my game is to make children know that they should not be buried away in drugs, but they should embrace the love of God. And also in my game, I put in a feature that when you press the space key on your computer, it will seem as if you're blasting with a bomb, the drugs and the alcohol. So now I'm going to play the game.
Did you know that Joyce Meyer was once addicted to smoking? In her testimony, she attributes her deliverance to the grace of God. Are you too stuck with any addiction? Just name it. The grace.
Yeah, so that's my game.
Thank you very much, Tendo. We were not seeing the screen of the game. We were just still seeing the PowerPoint. I don't know whether that's how you had planned your presentation, or maybe you just share the screen.
Let me just share the screen again of the game.
Thank you, thank you.
Can you see it now?
Almost. It's now. Yeah, we can now. Yeah.
So this is how we play the game. We use the space key to be as if we are blasting the drugs and the alcohol, as we hear the testimony of Joyce Meyer. We shouldn't let the Bible touch the drugs, touch the line, and we should not touch the drugs and the alcohol.
Did you know that Joyce Meyer was once addicted to smoking? In her testimony, she attributes. Did you know that Joyce Meyer was once addicted to smoking? In her testimony, she attributes her deliverance to the grace of God.
Yes,
Are you too stuck with any addiction? Just name it.
Yeah, that's my game.
The grace of God's still sufficient for you too.
Okay, now, thank you very much, Tendo. Just keep your screen shared such that we can be referring to it as we ask you questions. I just like the way, I'm so inspired that you are actually using a playful approach to help children to learn about God and also to learn best practices. And if someone actually most of the games out there which the kids play, they don't really add value to them because first of all, they don't build someone's spiritual life, but your game actually does all of that. And it actually recognizes the fact that it's not advisable. Actually, people should move away from taking drugs. And instead of spending time in there, they spend time actually to know about God and to be helpful to the community. So the concept is really so good and I like it. Just the only thing I would maybe advise is about the how you actually brought out your concept. The concept is good, but then the approach wasn't really so satisfying. The kind of game that you built was your concept would be more better if you had maybe used a little bit of a more engaging game. I was seeing you are playing your game. First of all, the game is difficult. You didn't go beyond maybe 10, the score of 10. I don't know, maybe because you had less time for doing that. But I would advise that when you are, there are several ways that you can actually build this game, which can engage someone who is actually not to take someone's focus. Actually, the game should not take so much focus because you want actually the person to learn about God. So they should you should have a balance between someone playing the game and also understanding what you want them to understand through your game. I hope you can make those changes. I also don't like the background of your game. It's really good, but then it doesn't match with the sprite. And I know you can do better. I know if you're given more time, you can really improve it. But I like the presentation. Your presentation, I have no comment. It's just excellent. And I like the concept. This is one of the games that has to stay. I have to have it in my phone actually today, such that I can keep on playing it with my siblings and the children I stay with. So I'm going to give a chance to our dear judges to give their comments or questions. So judges, please. Let me just, you can always unmute yourself and then ask our dear innovator here, Michael, any question or maybe give your comments or recommendation. Do we have any comment from the judges, or you can still, I have enabled you to unmute yourself. So you just hit the unmute and then you'll be able to speak.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to comment. Hopefully it's okay. Tendo, thank you. Your presentation was good. However, the sprite looks big and the things are all big. Yeah? So it couldn't be easy for it to move, and perhaps the game was a bit slow and the scores weren't increasing. But the concept is a good one. I really like it. Hopefully you can improve that, work on the game very well. So thank you.
But the score, they were increasing. The score was increasing. But I'll make it better. Go to the comments.
Okay, thank you very much for the comment from the judges, then also the response from Tendo. Then do we have any other comments? As I said before, if the audience has any question, you have any question in the audience, you can always text in the chat such that the innovator can always go through after his presentation. Then let's take any other question from any judge. I can see, do we have any comment from, I see you joined us a little bit late, Mr. Arjuna Steven. So we also welcome him as our judge today. So if any other judge has a question, you can please, I see Deogracious has a question. So you can text in the chat if you have a question and you're an innovator. Do we have a question from any judge?
Oh, no, it's not a question, but just a little comment. Thank you very much. Once again, I am Stephen Ajuna. Oh, thanks so much, Tendo, for your presentation. Yeah, so now my comment is just that, yes, Sprite is just so big in a way that when the graphics are moving downwards, they a little bit collide with one another. So you fail to choose where to move, left or right. Yeah, since the sprite is so big, so you need to work on the size of your graphic components. Yeah, and also work on the colors so that the colors, the background a little bit match with the components. Yeah, for the game to be interesting. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Stephen. And I hope you take that feedback. Do you have anything to say, Tendo?
Yes, I do. The
Please
reason
go
I
ahead.
chose the Night City is because there are children out there who are facing a dark time when they have no way out. When it looks as if they are blocked, they have no way out. They are living in the dark. They have no light, and Jesus is the only way out of that darkness.
Oh, it really makes sense now. It really makes sense. But then you can also make it better following the feedback from the audience. So we are going to be moving on to Ryan. And I also thank the people who are commenting in the chat to give recommendations or advice to the innovators. So keep it up. Let's have, I don't know if you are ready, Ryan Mukisa. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. It's Ryan Mulindwa. Ryan Mulindwa, I hope I don't know whether you're ready. You can share your screen, please, and go ahead with your presentation. Then the next person who should prepare is Muwonge Farid. So I'm wondering if I don't know whether Ryan Mulindwa, you joined us, or maybe you're having technical issues. If you're having technical issues, we can move on to Farid Muwonge. Farid Muwonge, just go ahead and share your screen. And then you make your presentation. Please just unmute yourself. I'm just going to first mute, then ask you to unmute. First, raise up your hand so I can see where you are and I unmute you. Farid, kindly raise up your hand such that I can unmute you. We can't hear you. Farid, we can't hear you. You can unmute yourself.
So my name is Muwonge Farid, but you can call me Farid. I'm from Namilango College, and I'm in senior one. So my game is Femex for Stars. It's kind of similar to Brawl Stars. I thought of doing this one because Brawl Stars is among the top games in the world, and I love playing it daily, so I said, why not? So how it works? My game is a single player but Brawl Stars is multiplayer, that's the issue. So I made it so that you can use the WASD keys, which I like in Brawl Stars, but mine has pickaxe. So when you're approaching the box, you click the key E to show what is behind the box. Again, you click it to pick up the weapon. So you can press the 1 and 2 keys to switch from one costume to another. My game features an AI or your enemy. I made it
Oh, sorry about that. Maybe Farid got a technical issue and his presentation stopped. But we can always give him time. So let's give it maybe 1 minute to see if he can join. He can share the screen or join. I think he went off. So let's give it around a minute. If not, if he doesn't join us within a minute, then we shall give him a chance to present last. Okay, then he comes. Okay, here he comes. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself such that we can be able to hear you. I don't know whether you can do that. Farid, unmute, just click unmute.
So how it helps? It helps to improve accuracy since you have to aim the enemy code to lower his health. It provides timed entertainment and doesn't have a high chance of losing. It helps kids develop social skills because kids will take turns as they're playing this game. It can also help kids develop basic academic skills, like learning how objects in real life are similar to the ones in the game. So the challenges I faced. I tried to add a start screen, but I messed up the code a little bit. Like when I wanted the player to shoot, it couldn't shoot. Every time I changed the first screen, it could reset the game. So it reminds me of a certain glitch in Brawl Stars. I couldn't get that feeling of movement, so I had to edit the background to make it smoother. So, yeah, correct. Let me first show the map. This is the map where the player gets to play in. So when I click the green flag, see, I can move freely and move around the map to show the movement. So let me go pick up the box I talked about. I press the E key, then I pick it up. Let me first escape from the enemy. So I press the one key, then when I press the second one, I can change from this skin to the other easily. So when I click, when mouse is down, I can shoot at the enemy. So let's go back to the enemy. As you can see, his health has lowered, but I couldn't put in the parts of him disappearing, something like that, due to the time. So sorry, I couldn't make it much more animated. I wanted to engage kids into my game and change that time for boredom and turn it into something. Okay, stop sharing.
Okay, now before you stop sharing, thank you very much. I just want you to first keep your project on. There's something I needed to see. I just like the way you have brought in I just like the way the background is scrolling. May you please help me play it one more time? And I just try to move and I see how far it can go on the map whilst, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna move around to look for the lake. As you can see, there's some blood here, there's the lake here. There's as I go higher, it gets like hot and get that feeling of the sun. So then I put something like sand around here. So let me go down. I tried to put in some grass, but it doesn't look that nice. Then go pick up my gun. Then I change my skin. Then I can shoot around. As the enemy health lowers, as you can see in this corner.
Can the enemy also move? Attack me?
The enemy can attack you, but I didn't have enough time to make it like move around freely.
All right. Thank you very much. That is so innovative. And also the way you have used the scrolling. I haven't seen such a game before done by children, which someone can really just have a scrolling background. Actually, I like the inspiration. You said you got the inspiration from which game? Okay, then now I think here, let me allow people to unmute. Sorry. Let me just, I hope everyone will keep muted until they speak. So you can unmute yourself. And after him responding, then the judges can also now come in.
So I got the inspiration from a game I play every day. It's called Brawl Stars. The camera makes the player from above, makes the character like you see him from above. That's what I wanted to do.
Wow, that's really cool. So let's give a chance to our dear judges to give their comments. And I also like the comments that are coming in the chat. So our dear judges, just unmute yourself and then give your comments. As the judges are giving their comments, the next person who should be presenting will be Tendo Michael Chintu. So if we don't have any other comment, then let's get to Tendo Michael Chintu. So Tendo Michael Chintu, can you please just raise up your hand so I can see where you are and I allow you to unmute yourself? Because we are not hearing you. So first keep your hand up and I unmute you. Okay, you can just go ahead and unmute yourself, then you present. If Tendo, are you still around or you have technical difficulties? Maybe we can give you a chance at the end. So if Tendo is not is still off, maybe we can be moving in. Easton, Sentongo, you can prepare your presentation. We can move on to Easton. Easton, please share your screen and move on with your presentation.
Hello, my name is this one. So, my name is Einstein Sentongo. I'm in MST Junior School. I'm in primary 5 and I'm 11 years of age. My game is called Bounce It and it's based on entertainment. How it works. To start the game, click the green flag on your left. The ball will drop from above. The target is to use the saddle to bounce back the ball. The score multiplies by 10 each time the ball hits the saddle. The backdrops keep on changing and the speed increases. This project helps children to reduce boredom, entertain themselves, think fast, add reflexes, and it also triggers the brain. Yeah, challenges. My programming was not that easy, and I had little time for the projects because of schoolwork. Now, I may share my screen. Now, this is my game called Bounce It. Let me demonstrate. That voice saying my voice, I repeat it. And the speed is going to be at level 200. First wait, my game might be a problem. Let's switch to level 200. Let me first reach level 200. Oh, okay. Someone stop on my screen. We're about to approach level 200 where the speed is going to increase, which I like to do. As the speed increases, and that's my game. And eventually, if you go further, now if you read and keeps on getting more intense, the speed goes faster. And that's why I say it triggers the brain and that is reflexes because as you saw, I'm not that good at the game, but I challenge people to eat and I think they can beat my high score of 340. Not the best, but it's pretty good. Well, now thank you for giving me the night time and welcome to ask any question.
Thank you very, very much. That that's really a very good project, Einstein. And I like the way you selected the colors. I like the sprites. And I like the fact that you added levels to your game, which really keeps someone to keep on wanting to play today. Children will always be curious to see what's next, how do I get to the next level? So I will also say maybe about the sounds, the game sounds. So you should also try to look for good, better sounds, which are a little bit, can flow actually with the way you play the game. And also the voices over the game, maybe to tell someone that you are now in level 2, maybe this is what happens when you are in level 2. You have to be a little bit faster and think, maybe you can think faster in order not to fail. So you should also have a good ending of the game, not to make it so much easier for someone to get to all levels. I know maybe you did that for just the presentation, but when you get your time, you can really make the game simple, but also not so easy for someone to really play all the levels within maybe 10 minutes. So I'm going to give a chance to our judges to give their comments. So please, judges, you can always unmute yourself. And also the audience, I like what Michael is saying. So you can always give your comments in the chat. So the judges, please unmute yourselves and then you give your comments.
Well, honestly, I would say it was really a good project, but I have a question. Does the background change for every level, or I misunderstood? And then what is supposed to touch the other, the ball touching the red line? Oh, I didn't really get it. And then about the background, but it is an impressive project.
Yes. So the background changes after every 2 times the ball touches the saddle, and that's it. Any other question?
Hey, do we have any other comments from the judges? Do we have any other comments? Okay, now if we don't have any other comment, let's move on to Tendo Michael Chintu. Tendo Michael Chintu, please let me keep your hand up such that I will unmute yourself. I will allow you to unmute yourself. I see you're just joining in. So you're getting, you're really finding network challenges. So Tendo Michael Chintu, are you ready to present right now, or we give someone else the chance and you'll come last? If you're ready, then you can share your screen. please unmute yourself. We are not hearing you. If you can't unmute yourself, then you let me know.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cherotich. I'm from Namibia College, and I'm in senior one. My project is called Corona Survivor.
We lost him again because of internet. Let's move on to the next participant, who is going to be Ochatum Deogracias. Please share your screen and just move on with the presentation. Chatum Deogracias. Also, kindly raise up your hand so I can allow you to unmute yourself before you start your presentation. Deogracias, kindly raise up your hand. I see where you are, so I allow you to unmute. I'm trying to search for you, but I can't. I seem not to be seeing you. All right, then just go ahead and unmute yourself and start over with your presentation.
So, good afternoon to everybody. My name is Ochatum Deogracias Samuel. I study in Namiliango College, Senior 1. My project, just a minute. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ochatum Deogracias Samuel. I'm a student at Namiliango College, Senior 1. So my project is called Starfish Survivor, and it is an entertainment and educative project. How it works: to start the game, press the space key. Dodge the germs falling. Make sure they don't touch you. You can use the left key to go left and the right key to go right. Use A to pause the game and the space key to continue playing. When the germ reaches the bottom of the screen, your score will be increased by 2. The germs get tougher as the levels change. How it helps children: it helps children to relax their minds if they had a tiresome day. It encourages determination to a certain target. For example, when I'm determined to reach the highest score, I make sure that I reach the highest score without failing. And it can also, and through that, you can develop your skills in daily life activities where you can be determined to finishing a certain activity. It also develops the child's reaction abilities to a certain problem. For example, in the game, the germs will be coming very fast as the levels change. So during also in real life situations, a child can help him or herself, like when falling, can get grip to something as fast as possible. It also teaches children the dangers of germs. Challenges that I faced: finding a game idea to start with, and also updates for the game, choosing a suitable table, choosing suitable sprites to use, and also how to add levels to the game. Now on that idea of how to add levels on the game, I had some bit of problem when I was adding levels because I not understood very well, but I tried to make sure that I would explain to myself. Now I'll show you how the project. So this is my project, Starfish Survivor. And the sprites I have are starfish, a line, jump, home screen, game over, level 1, level 2, and level 3. So when the space key is pressed, the starfish should show, and it should switch to costume A. The starfish has two costumes. It has this costume, starfish A, and the second costume, costume B. So when the space is clicked, it should show variable score, and it should hide the variable new score. If the right key is pressed, the starfish should change X by 10, and when the left arrow is pressed, X should change by -10. And if it is at the edge, it should bounce with the rotation style of left to right. So when you reach the highest score, the sound clapping will be played for you until it is done, and this script will be stopped. The sound I used in the game was a xylophone 3. Then my next sprite is the jam. It has kind of mob many codes, but I'll try to be quick. So when space is pressed, it should wait 1 second before falling, and then the highest score should be set to the highest score that is given. Then the score should be set to score. The new score will be set to score. Then forever, it should create a clone of itself. Next, when space is clicked.
Samuel, we are not seeing what you're talking about. Maybe you forgot to share the screen of the project.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can. We can now see it.
Okay, thank you. So, yes, I already explained the rest. Now I'll go to when space key is pressed. If the score is less than 49, the backdrop should switch to level 1, and then the jump should move 10 steps, and the jump should go to costume 1. The jam also has costumes 1, 2, and 3, and each costume is for a different level. So the green costume is for level 1. Then this next costume is called jump variant 1. It's for level 2. Then this costume is for jump variant 3. I mean jump variant 2. So when the score is less than 49, the jump should come in costume 1. Then if the score is greater than 50, the backdrop should switch to level 2, and the jump should move 30 steps. Then when it reaches level 2, it should broadcast level 2. So when level 2 is broadcast, level 2 will receive the message from here, and will show level 2, the word level 2 from up. The next is if the score is greater than 54, it should broadcast hide. So when level 2 receives the hide message, it must hide forever. So next is if score is greater than 100, then the backdrop should switch to level 3, and the jump should move 45 steps. Then after it must broadcast level 3 and switch to jump variant 2. So when this level 3 receives the level 3, it will show forever, and when it receives hide, it will also hide. Next is the home screen. As I said, if you want to pause the game, you have to press letter A, and to continue, you press the space key. So when you press letter A, the home screen will show, and when A key is pressed, it will show, and all other things will be stopped. Then when space is clicked, it will hide, and they continue with the game. The next thing is when space key is pressed, the game over screen should hide. Then when it receives game over from the jam, when it receives game over from the jam, it will show. It will also show the variable new score, and should hide the variable score. So lastly, I'll show you how to play the game. To start the game, shall press the space key. So you have to keep on dodging the jumps as they come. So as we've reached level 2, you can see the jumps are moving faster. And that's how it is when you fail. It says new score. Your score was 66 and the game is over. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Samuel. I just want to say that I really love your game and I loved your presentation. I just also like how I don't know how to do it, but the way you added, how did you add that icon that is next to highest score? I just love the way someone has to, I think this is also different. Not everyone, not every scratcher or every child on Scratch has been noticing that there is need to have the highest score of the game. So does this highest score mean that is this the highest score by the person playing on their device, or the highest score by everyone, actually anyone who can access your game on the internet? While someone is playing on the website online, this highest score, is it for me who is playing, or it's generally for everyone who plays it online?
It is for only you who's playing, strictly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's really innovative. So thank you very much. I also like your backgrounds, and I like the music. Actually, it really it really gives courage for, or it supports actually the person who is playing the game to continue playing even when they fail the game. So let's have any question or any comment from the judges, and also the audience can also text in the chat if they have any comment. So let me just unmute our dear judges, and they can go ahead and so judges, you can please unmute yourself right now. You can do that and then go ahead and ask.
Honestly, mine would be just a comment. I'm really impressed with the work he has done. He has presented so well, and then the project itself is really so good. Yeah, though except I quote one thing, the jump seemed to be on some side. I wonder how he did that, but it is a very, very, very nice project, very nice. And his presentation was good.
Okay, thank you very much, Vivian. Do we have any other comments from any of the judges? Okay, then we also have the next. I think he he had technical difficulties, but then he requested that he presents. So if you have anything to say or any comment to give Samuel, please do. And if you're done, then you can stop sharing your screen. Then we give a chance to Tendo Michael Chintu to actually be our last presenter today. All right. So Tendo Michael Chintu, please present. And as Tendo Michael presents, please be preparing. Immediately Tendo finishes presenting, we are going to start voting, and then we end this whole session. So the voting is going to be over Zoom.
Good afternoon, everyone. In fact, it's good evening. Good evening, everyone. My name is Tendo Michael Kintu. I'm from Namilango College and I'm in senior 1. My project is called Corona Survival. This project is based on entertainment and a little bit of education. This project works in the following ways. Click the green flag. B, use left, right, up and down arrows to control the motion of the sprite. C, use those very arrows to dodge the virus sprite from touching you because it reduces your health and score. And if your health reaches less than 10, everything automatically stops and the game is over. D, so in order to revive your health, if it is reducing, you just have to use those very arrows I mentioned in D above to make your sprite touch the vaccine sprite. So let's move on to its hypotheses. The hypotheses of this project include it's used for entertainment, it helps reduce stress and relaxes the mind, and it also helps kinda in education. The challenges I faced are creating the game over sprite, as you will see in the project itself. Thank you so much for listening. So this is our survivor. This is the coronavirus, and this is the vaccine. So when this coronavirus hits this guy here, his score keeps on reducing by 1, and his health reduces very fast. So if your health is running out, you have to make this sprite touch the vaccine sprite. You can see the score increasing and decreasing due to when I touch the virus. So when I go to the vaccine, when you fail, it's like that. It says alert, alert, game over. So let me show you how, when you touch the virus sprite, how your health regrows again. Thank you so much. That was my presentation.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Chintu. I like your game. I like the idea of using health, and I like the simplicity in the game. Actually, the concept is too big, but the way you use the approach you used was a little bit simple to make actually for even the innovator. It didn't really strain you to make it. It really has a lot of impact to the community. And I also like the colors that you chose. I also like the only thing I don't like is the movement, the way you are moving. You are the way you're moving, the way you are person is moving. I don't like. Maybe the person would have been a little bit lively. You would consider having some costumes which are maybe sprites which have more costumes, and also the viruses. I don't know why they keep on. They should be coming randomly, but when you start the game, I was seeing as if they just start immediately when they have already attacked the person. So you should put in that that idea of maybe someone has to maybe be exposed to a virus before they can get the virus, and maybe after getting the virus, then when they get the vaccine, their health can improve. So I can't say much. Maybe I'll give a chance to our judges to give their comments, or maybe give them better recommendations than I can, and you can always get back to them. So do we have any comment from the judges? Please just unmute yourself and give your comments.
Well, personally, I would say he is really creative, very creative. Thank you very much. But I would rather the vaccine would maybe stay, okay, the sprite for the vaccine not moving, and then the sprite for the person trying to get the vaccine, and then the coronavirus kind of preventing the sprite of the person not getting to the vaccine. But anyways, I don't know. That was his innovation, but it is really a nice idea. It is creative. And then the viruses, I think there are many, but it is good.
Hey, do you want to say something? Do you want to say something to get back to the judge?
Recording in progress.
Tendo, do you want to say something?
Yes.
And do you also have any? You can say something before the next judge can.
I was saying the way you said, like changing those questions. We had little time, so I completed my project today.
All right. Okay. I really get that. And do we have any other comments from our judges? Okay, if there are no comments, then we are going to move on to the voting session. And I'm just going to share a poll. What you have to do is to just select the person you really feel like they were outstanding during the presentations. And as we said earlier, the results from the voting will contribute they will contribute 15%. So you have to give your vote knowing that you're supporting someone who has really come up with the best innovator, and you feel like this person should be the best innovator of this month. So just to maybe take you through a little bit of their project name, such that you don't, you can, most of you, if you've forgotten, I will highlight a few of them by mentioning their names. So
Not presented.
I beg your pardon? Who has not presented? Oh, sorry. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Sorry. Let's give you time and you present your project. Share your screen. Sorry. That had skipped my mind. Alexander, please, you can go ahead and share your screen and present.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alexandra, and I come from MSc Junior School. I am in P7 vacation.
Recording in progress.
My project area is agriculture, and my project's title is Berry Pop. My project is an animation that teaches children agriculture skills, specifically how to plant berries. They give instructions about the planting process right from garden preparation, planting, and how to take care of the young berry plants up to harvesting. Then helps children. It tells them the importance of it tells them the importance of berries, e.g., making berry yogurt, earning money when they sell the berries, and this agriculture project will also engage children to avoid boredom, especially during lockdown. It teaches them agriculture skills since the same skills are needed to grow other plants. My challenges were I had little time to make the animation because it was a new area for me. The laptop was taken for repair, so I lost time. The internet was also a big challenge for me because it would take a long time to load, and then getting sprites to move and change costumes, and I also had to draw different parts of their bodies to make them move since it's an animation. Thank you. I'm going to show you how it goes. So the lines of code were very many because it's an animation, and somewhere I got like confused, so the somehow interchanged with each other, but I tried. Yeah, it is. So it's actually it was supposed to be like corrected properly, but I didn't have enough time, so next time I'm going to try to do it better and like improve it. Yeah. You. I also found out some things that I would like to teach my colleagues. I found out that about the backpack. This backpack, it actually helps people. Like for example, me who kept on trying to use start sound and say, like I came here and I joined the blocks of start sound and say, and I put them in here. Like for example, if I want it to be when loudness and I'm overusing it, I like put it here. You have to wait for it to like shine color blue, then you let go, then it will tell you loading, and then your sprite will appear right here. Then when you want, you have to left click on that icon and delete it. Then if you want to, like, if the coding is supposed to be for D, and then you code it instead for Abby, you can you like code it in Abby's, like, so you can come here, you pick your message that was supposed to be for D, and you put it in this thing for the sprite box to like shake like that, and then when you release it will go there. Then you come here and it will appear here. It's right here. So yeah, that's what I found out and I wanted to share with my colleagues. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Namal Alexandra. This is really very good. And I like the colors, just like I saw your colleague just mentioning in the chat. And I like the concept. You are unique, actually. This is a very good innovation. And I just like the way you chose agriculture, which is really the biggest industry here in Africa. So I also like the way you present, and despite the low, you had very little time to come up with an innovation, but you really managed to pull off this great innovation, and that's really so unique and we have to really appreciate. So you can also check out the chat. Your friends are giving you some comments in the chat, and as they are giving their comments, I'm going to give a chance to our judges to ask. As they are asking, we'll be preparing to vote now. Just now, I have just to confirm that there's no one else to present after Alexandra. So we shall be sharing a poll immediately after the judges. So judges, please kindly unmute yourself and give your comments. Okay, it seems there are no questions. So if there are no questions, then we are going to maybe let me first share I wanted to share the list of all the presenters. Then we shall automatically start the voting process. So let me just do this. So voting is going to take only 5 minutes. So when you're voting, you try to be a little bit fast. Now, these are the presenters, and I'm just going to be mentioning their projects. If I spelled your project in the wrong way, please just text in the chat such that I can modify that in the poll. So we have Namala, sorry if I pronounce your name in the wrong way, but Namala Alexandra presented Berry Pop. We had also Cherotich Natasha presenting the space fight. We had Sekayobia Barnabas presenting COVID conversation. We had Michael Tendo Benjamin S. Mukisa presenting Jazz Bounce. So it's not Chacha Katonda, he changed the name to Jazz Bounce. You can always check that in the poll. Then we had Muwonge Farid presenting FemX Stars. And then we had Tendo Michael Chintu presenting Corona Survival. Then we had Sentongo Aistin presenting Bounce It. Then we had lastly our 8th presenter, Ochatum Deogratias Samuel, presenting Starfish Survivor. Now, you are the one to decide who takes the 15% of the score for today's judgment. So let me just share this. Okay, now the voting has started. So I hope if you're not seeing the pop-up, please let me know. You can select your best innovator. Oh, sorry. I was saying that this is a free workshop. We have these workshops throughout the year every month. So this is the third cohort, which is starting, and it's starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's not too late for you to register. You can use that link that I've shared in the link to sign up for this workshop, also sign up your child for this workshop. Then we also have machine learning. Let me just share the one for AI. AI. Okay, but if you go to our social media, I think you will be able to see, just visit Mercury Innovation Society. For the parents, maybe let me just share our website. When you go to our website, you can find information, and also you can find our social media to see some of the activities that we shall be conducting throughout the year, which can benefit your child. So that's our website, and our social media we just use at Mercury Innovation Society, or if it's on Twitter, you can follow us at MYS Labs. So let me just submit this, and we have only 2 minutes left to stop this voting process. So I see. Yeah, 2 minutes to stop the voting process. Okay, so 1 minute left to stop the voting. And I'm just going to share the results from the voting anytime from now. So this is the last, sorry, let me just stop sharing again. Just ensure I have the right picture that I'm sharing. This is the other workshop for robotics or machine learning and artificial intelligence. So if your child is passionate about technology and is enthusiastic, is a tech enthusiast, then you can apply, so they can join us. This program is starting on Monday. And let me just share maybe the link as well in the chat for those who would be interested to apply for this particular. So I see Michelle's hand is up. Michelle, you can please unmute and then
yes, I'm trying
ask
to
your
vote.
question. Anyone now can say. So
where to vote from?
There is a poll that's going on. Just look for poll. If you can't see poll, you just look for poll. I really can't. Maybe you joined in, maybe you just canceled it. I can't restart it. Okay, that's the link for this last. Now the time is really up. So let me stop this this poll. People are still joining in. Can we give them some 1 second? No, I think that won't be fair. Okay, now let me stop sharing my screen. And now we get to so we have that's the poll. Sorry. Those are the poll results. The voting has ended. And just to go through the results, I see Cherotich Natasha we had 93 voters, and we have Cherotich Natasha getting 22 votes out of 93, that is 24%. Ochatum Deogracious, that is Starfish Survivor, getting 9 out of 93, that is 10%. We have Alexandra Namala, that is Berry Pop, getting 9 out of 93 voters, that is 10%. Then we have Einstein Sentongo, that is Bounce It, getting 21 out of 93 voters, that is 23%. So they were so close with Cherotich. We have Tendo Michael Chintu, the one who gave us the Corona Survival game, getting 3 out of 93, that is 3%. Then we had Sekayobia Barnabas, who made for us the COVID conversation, getting 3 out of 93, that is 3%. Then we have Benjamin S. Mukisa, the one who made Jazz Bounce, getting 15 out of 93, that is 16%. Mwonge Farid, Fame X Stars, getting 11 out of 93, that is 12%. So that means that the winner of this poll is Cherotich Natasha with 24%, followed by Einstein Sentongo with 23%. Then followed, the third person is Benjamin S. Mukisa with Jay's Bounce. So I really thank our voters for joining us to come and decide who really takes this poll and who is the best innovator. So we shall be updating all this information on our social media channel, and also the judges will be giving us their results by the end of today, and we shall announce them tomorrow. And we shall, if not tomorrow, then on Monday morning. So we shall also be sending in the gifts to the winners. So the winners will get some gifts and also some cash prize due to the pandemic. Some of the gifts can't be. Some can't be delivered, so we can convert some of them into a cash prize, and then we just send them to the winner. So we have only one winner who will be announced, and that's the one who will get the prize. So there is not, if you don't go through, if you don't win, there is another competition coming in for the best innovator of the month of August. So this is just the first one. All of you have a chance to again compete in the next, which will be featuring the cohort 3 and cohort 4 participants. So I thank you all, and I just want to now take let me just allow anyone to give closing remarks. I see Michael Tendo Benjamin, just unmute yourself, and also maybe we can take a group photo if you want. Let me just take a screenshot to take some of your photos, but that's not necessary anyway for now. But let's have Michael Tendo unmute yourself and give your comments. So I will stop recording this meeting, and whatever is now said.